What's up, everybody? We about to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. What's going on, Nola, honey? What's up, Nola Reeds? Boo. What's going on? All right, guys. So, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is back. All right. I do believe that we're on episode 2. I thought it was episode 3. I'm like, dang, the weeks are running together. Mm. But we are going to talk about the show. So, let's get into it. All right. First things first, Jen has to fly out to New York. Y'all know she still has this case and things going on as we see it on the show. All right, so she has to meet with her legal team. She has her mom stop by because her mom is just another person that she gets to confide into regarding all of this madness going on. So they speak on her son Omar and how he's taking it really hard. He's afraid of living life without his mama. And I really started to feel bad for Jen when I thought about her kids and stuff and how she's so worried about her not being at her son's white coat ceremony. So I was feeling bad for Jen, y'all. Then Jen started to cry about being bullied online and people having all these negative things to say about her. So she was just going through it, and I was kind of going through it a little bit with Jen. Like, dang, I kind of hope she doesn't go to jail. But then if you did this to these old people, it's like, this what you get at the same time. But we'll see how this gonna play out, right? What's up, Kiana, honey? What's up, the Ginger Jordan? What's the going on? All right, so that's what's going on with Miss Jen. She gotta, get this case and stuff together. So we'll see how that's gonna develop. Now Meredith decides that she's gonna go see Whitney, and Whitney like, girl, you don't never come over here to see me, honey. You always act like you ain't got no time for me, but now all of a sudden you got time for me. Well then, come on over, baby. So that's what Meredith does. She goes over to talk to Whitney. Okay, I don't know why Whitney had them kids walk home from school talking about it felt good today. Meanwhile, y'all outside sitting up there with blankets and shit. I'm like, girl, it does not feel good. Like, first of all, I'm sure they used to it because they out there in Salt Lake City. I hate being cold. Okay, I would rather be hot than being cold. All right, but anyway. So they speak on the party and Lisa and how everything went. It seemed like Meredith was trying to get Whitney's thoughts, and it's something real interesting Whitney has been doing this episode. She hasn't really been giving a lot of her thoughts for real when it comes to the ladies. Because soon as Meredith asked her, like, how did you feel about it? She kind of threw it back on her, like, well, how did you feel? And then when Lisa at a later time asked Whitney, like, well, did you talk to Meredith? What did she say? What are your thoughts about it? She was like, what are your thoughts about it? Like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. So she's trying to stay out the way because she got her own drama going on. Okay. What's up, Miss Sharice girl? Okay. So what else happened? All right. So they speak on the party, of course. They speak on Lisa. Meredith feels like Lisa is very hypocritical. All right. She says that she has bad mouthed everybody in the circle. I was cackling at the flashbacks because I said, yo, Lisa has legit talked about everybody. Lisa has this thing though where she just thinks she's perfect and everybody else is flawed. So now she's about to enter this season where she sees just how flawed her is. Okay. And she really not gonna be able to take it because she thinks she's perfect all the time. So Meredith says that IDK why she talks about us when she has her own rumors out there about her damn self. I said, ooh, well, what are they, girl? So Meredith brings up Jen. Okay. So when Whitney said, well, what are the rumors? She said, oh, well, Jen kind of brought up her having affairs. And then Whitney said, well, don't tell me about this. Well, I want to know what it is that you said or what you know. Like, tell me what you know. I want to hear what came out your mouth. So that's when she said, well, I kind of heard that, she probably was doing some favors or whatever, girl, trying to get her, tequila or whatnot in these people's stores or something. And Whitney says, oh, really? Is that what it is? Oh, well, I mean, I have to say, like, I've kind of heard the same thing too myself. I don't believe Whitney. What's up, Tiffany, honey? I don't believe Whitney. I want to believe Whitney, but maybe Whitney's telling the truth. But I do believe rumors are out there. I do. I believe rumors are out there. I'm just questioning whether or not Whitney really heard the rumors, or is she just saying that to try to get Meredith to confide in her more so that she'll have more information to go back and share with somebody else. The verdict's out on Miss Whitney and what it is she really heard about Lisa Barlow. Okay. Now, Whitney says that Lisa slept, from what she heard, Lisa slept with a rich man that she knew, trying to sway him into investing in her company. I don't, I don't, I'm having a hard time, y'all. Y'all think Lisa really did that? I mean, I know we can't put nothing past nobody, But I could see Lisa trying to like scheme up some things to try and get her tequila in stores, but I don't know if I really see her smashing on somebody to get her stuff in stores. Like that's I don't know. We gonna see. I don't know. And speaking of Lisa, we see Lisa over there interacting with her son, and she asked him about wanting to go to college, and he's just like, I mean, I don't really know if I want to go to college anymore. Like I already got my own business. So what I'm thinking for myself is that I work on building that business and create more businesses. And then I'm probably going to make more money than anybody that has already gone to college. Now, listen, I don't blame little boy for having a plan. A lot of kids don't have a plan at that time. So they do resort to just going to college. So I'm like, hey, if that's something he want to try out, let him try it out for a few years. If he want to do that for 2 to 3 years, then he can go to college at a later time. But Lisa kind of got frustrated with him that he wants to follow his own path. So it sounds, she feels like, because she starts comparing it to, I guess, her being a child and how life was for her as a kid. So it seems like she would prefer him to go off to college. But, and it also seems like she just kind of was getting upset that he was kind of disregarding her viewpoints as though he knew everything and he had all the answers. And I said, well, then shit, you the one coming to him. Like you got all the answers yourself too, Sway. You acting like you kind of know it all or whatever. But I guess she was getting frustrated because she's like, listen, you only have your business because of the connects and things that we have. So you may not have that at all times. And I'm like, that boy gonna always have them connects. Just off of y'all being on this show, his daddy don't seem like he gonna be a dad that's just gonna not let him be successful or not reach out and share or invest financially or share his network with the boys. So it's like I don't really know where Lisa was going with this. Like I guess she was basically trying to let him know like we rich, you not rich, but he's trying to get there. He's trying to be rich. And I don't know why you're trying to force college on him if that's not something that he wants at this time. Like I feel like you're gonna probably make that boy resent you a little bit. I mean, maybe he could go to college, and then when he drop out, then what? Are you going to be disappointed that you wasted money on him going for a year or a semester? Like when you could have just poured that money more into his business versus pouring it into a college and let him go off and being successful that way. You feel what I'm saying? You see where Kirsten says, I see where Lisa, what Lisa was saying as far as college. I get that, but then I'm also kind of like, well, let him try something else. I think it's okay for him to try that, on his own or whatever. Like let him try it out and see how it works. But she gonna end up paying for college, so it's kind of like which one you want to do. Now, granted, he might get full scholarships, but I'm thinking to myself like, well, do you want to invest in college or do you want to invest in the business? Which one would you want to try? He already got a business. Why not hone in on that and let it grow? You know what I'm saying? Kirsten says not necessarily forcing college, but having a plan is where I think Lisa was getting. I got you, and he couldn't explain. Oh, I see what you mean. Gotcha. No, you're right. He couldn't explain that. He was just more so like, I'm just gonna have this business and I'm gonna build on other businesses. But I felt like he kind of had a little plan because they already got him started on business. So if he just drives more into that direction of building that business and promoting it and getting it in stores and stuff. So I feel like that business that they already helped him create was kind of like a plan within itself a little bit. But maybe she was just looking for more. But it also seemed like she more so sounded like she was mad that he didn't really want to go to college. But that's just what I was thinking. What's going on? It's me, Elisa Lee. What else we got? Whitney's husband. So she says that y'all got to help me with this. Whitney comes home after talking to her brother Will, and I think so. First of all, y'all know Whitney has been going through her own therapy and stuff. Her brother also has been going through it, but he's been going through something called EDRM, and I'm not really sure what that is. Okay, the E makes me think of something electronic. I don't know, but EDRM, I'll have to look it up. But and it's been helping him like recall memories of the past. So she's been going through her own therapy trying to discover memories and things. And she kind of blocked out a large part actually of her childhood from the ages of 8 or 9 to like 17. She blocked out a lot of that, so she can't recall a lot of things that may have happened. So it sounds like she's blocked out a ton of trauma. Right. So when she was talking to her husband, she could barely talk and get it out. And I was just a little bit confused. She ended up saying that she was abused as a kid. And I was still confused, like abused in what way? Because she's just like really, really crying. And I'm concerned, like, what type of abuse was it? Like, not that it really matters, because any type of abuse to a child is just wrong. Any type of abuse anybody experience is wrong. So they're going to cry about it. But I kind of did want more details at the same time. She said when they had somebody come throughout the house and sage the home, the person kept highlighting the bathroom and how there was a demon or something in her bathroom. So it's making me think, was she violated in her bathroom? Or was she always locked in the bathroom to be punished? Like, I would like to know more, because I feel like we didn't really get a lot out of that, but we know that she's slowly recalling things that happened to her as a kid, and specifically she was abused. I hate that for her. What's up, Critic Chronicles? What, you live every weekday and keep your foot on their neck, sis? Listen, I've been premiering. I need to go live. What's up, Sharice? Jamie, sorry I don't watch this one, but still going to listen and support you listening to while you at work. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else? So that was going on with Whitney. Y'all get in the comments, let me know what y'all probably captured from that conversation with her husband. Okay. So Lisa and Whitney talks with her about not remembering her childhood. And Lisa then, to me, changes the conversation from being about Whitney and really made it all about herself, and talked about her childhood and how she was the middle child and how she pretty much was the go-to person for everybody. Then she went on from there to kind of talk about her friendship with Meredith and how she's been called a horrible friend after all of these years. Okay. I feel like, Lisa, you really be hyping yourself up. And then when somebody tells you that you wasn't that great of a friend, or somebody tells you that you're not that great at something, like, girl, your feelings, like your vibration be all the way on the ground. You really be overhyping yourself. And I feel like as humans you should, but at the same time, leave room to understand, room for error, that you're not perfect. Right. Let's see. Tiffany says EDRM is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. I've never heard of that in my life. Wow. What's up, New Zealand? What's going on, Dida? I hope I said that right. It's 5:45 a.m. Saturday here in New Zealand. Good morning. Good morning, girl. We all the way a day behind, y'all. Whoa. What's up, T Gaddis? So we on vibrations again. Right. The low vibrations. So yeah, so what else? Okay, yeah, so she ended up changing the conversation, making it about her, talking about her friendship with Meredith, and feeling like, she's been a horrible friend after feeling like she's been the best friend to her all these years. Girl, bye. And so she asked her, like, girl, have you talked to Meredith? She was like, I mean, girl, yeah, I talked to her. She was like, what she said, what you said, like, what was going on? She's like, girl, don't put me in that bullshit. Y'all put me in enough shit last year. Y'all not gonna put me in no shit now, girl. I think that you and Meredith need to have that conversation on y'all own, girl. Do not add me in that mess. That's how Whitney's feeling. Now, when Heather finally arrives, she and Whitney do talk. And Heather wants Lisa to be nervous. She asked, like, is she nervous to see Meredith? No, you got to tell me, like, is she nervous to see Meredith? And she was like, no, I don't think she's nervous to see her. She needs to be nervous to see Meredith. Listen, high key, Heather really does not like Lisa. She don't like Lisa dating back to season 1, for real, when Lisa tried to act like she ain't know that lady. So that's what I'm getting from Heather. Heather acts like she's cool with Lisa. Okay, she act like she cool, whatever. I'll listen to you here and there, give you some advice. I really don't care nothing about you, for real, right? So Whitney tells Heather about Meredith telling her about the rumors of Lisa going around here having affairs or doing what she do. And Heather is enjoying this conversation. And she also tells her, like, Whitney says, listen, I feel bad because I too have heard the same rumors, and I'm getting to know Heather. I'm sorry, I'm getting to know Lisa. So I feel bad. I feel like I should let her know what's going on. And so she was like, you need to tell her it's nothing. Like, don't tell that lady, nah, girl, we finna have a good time. Like, leave it alone. Don't even bring it up. We'll see how that's gonna play out, because I don't want Heather to tell Whitney to not tell Lisa something, only for Heather to turn around and tell it to Lisa. So we'll see how that's gonna happen. Okay. So the ladies meet with the shaman. Meredith is late. She's asked, is there anything that's bothering her that she wants to speak out and release and replace it with something positive? She said, I ain't got nothing to say right now. Don't want to add that. Lisa, when the ladies do this exercise to lay on their back, close their eyes, and just really, be in the moment of breathing, they start to recall certain things that come to the forefront. And this didn't make sense for me, just a little bit. Lisa says that she released abandonment. And she says what makes her think of abandonment was when she was a kid and she was playing on this slide and she would just go up and down the slide all the time, whatever. Her dad said, hey, this is the last round. So with them telling her this is the last round, they're turning around walking after she went to her last one. She's behind her parents. But instead of leaving with her parents as a kid, she turned around, went back up the slide, slid back down, and then afterwards, and she said about 20 times after doing it. So basically what happened from what I took from it, your parents told you this the last round. Instead of you leaving with your parents, you chose to go do it 20 more times or a few more, whatever. And once you were done, or even just one more, once you were done, you couldn't find your parents. So then you rush and run to the attendant or whatever and say, hey, I can't find my family. And from that moment, you feel like your family abandoned you. And and y'all let me know, because maybe I'm not thinking about this right. I kind of feel like you was just a hard-headed ass little girl and your mom and them told your ass to come on. Okay. And you wanted to be out here doing what you want to do. And all this is showing me is that you do not know how to properly recall events. And you turn yourself into being the victim. I feel like that's what I captured from the conversation and how it actually translates into how you operate as an adult today. You be doing what the hell you want to do. All right. And then when somebody do something to you or a result happens from your actions, you turn around and try and make it seem like, woe is me, I'm the victim, you did this. And I said, that's not how that's how I got it. And it didn't make no damn sense. So you want to feel like your parents abandoned you because you decided to go slide 20 more times and they asked all the way at the car. So, I'm sorry, I don't know where my parents are. Can you help? Stay in the car. They in the car because they at this point the parents know Lisa gonna do what the hell she want to do anyway because that's just how she is. So when she done, we'll be in the car waiting on her. Okay. Ooh, cause see y'all could play differently than we could. Okay, back in the day. All right. Y'all could play a little differently. Now, granted, as a parent, I'm still not gonna leave my child. Okay. As a black parent, I'm you probably gonna get your yanked at some point. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you not to slide on that stuff? We finna go. Didn't I tell you that? Get your all right. And I really don't like to see parents walk ahead of their kids. That's so like why are you doing that? Like it makes me feel like you don't be caring. You know, like anybody could just grab them up and you wouldn't say a thing. You wouldn't see nothing. But anyway, that's what I got from the story. That's the short answer. Okay. Exactly, Ginger. Child, you abandoned your family. There we go. Not your family abandoned you. So let's not, okay. Let's see. Um what else? What else? Okay, this is why I can't stand Lisa. This is why I can't stand Lisa. She fake as she does the absolute most for sympathy and attention. BIT, shut up, okay? Shut up. Exactly. Yo, that's what it was. If Whitney is going to bring up that she was abused, she should really talk about it. We don't need damaging details, but at least give more info in her feelings so the viewers can. I agree with this, and I don't want her to go too far in detail to where it's truly going to affect her mentally, but I do want to know, like, what do you mean? Because I feel like if you say that you were physically abused, got you noted. Okay, hate that happened. We know. If you say that you was essayed, like, let us know something. You know, because all of that crying did not connect to what was coming out of her mouth, and maybe it's because she had just learned what happened, so it was hard for her to process it, let alone let us know in that moment. But they could have gave us a confessional real quick of what happened. She could have told us something. Maybe we'll find out later, you know. Absolutely, because kids do silly ish. It's another thing when your parents leave the location and not know you wasn't with them. Right. And I feel like because of how she told this story to me, Tiffany, I think that she did this throughout her childhood. Always played like she was the victim, which is also interesting at the same time because how you be going forward and you doing everything for everybody and everybody just allowed you to do it as well. Like, yeah, I was pretty much the go-to person for everybody. I don't know. But you was the one that was abandoned. I okay. All right. Anyway, I understand how Whitney parents abandoned her because she was a hard-headed kid. Oh, you talking about Lisa parents? Lisa parents. That's definitely a huge culture difference. Definitely huge. Girl would have been got like snatched up, meaning our parents would have snatched our in this car. Told you I'm finna go. For her parents to leave the location and not notice she wasn't with them is crazy. But see, that's the thing. I don't think they didn't notice that I think they knew. I think that I kind of feel like they probably was teaching her a lesson. Like, we told you to come on. Next time we tell you to come on, you better come on. And I also feel like she didn't give all the rest of the details, because when she said, sorry, I can't find my parents, she didn't even say she went searching for them. She just said, as soon as I got done sliding, I didn't see the parents. I walked over. Like, did you search for your parents or something? Or you just went straight to the attendant? So I don't know. Something about Lisa's story for me didn't make sense. Kids do silly ish all the time, but a parent leaving you is crazy. I mean, I have to agree with the leaving. If they did leave, like, that's crazy. But I feel like they probably was teaching her a little lesson. I don't think they were that far, right? Am I supposed to feel sorry for her? Question mark. Oh, okay. Start teaching her a lesson. I can see that. Yeah, like, I mean, just like they probably was standing off to the side watching her, or they also could have been in the car. I don't know. But I just feel like you can't do what the hell you want to do as a kid and then turn around and flip it as an adult and say that you was abandoned. That may have been, but I guess because that's her experience, maybe that's how she processed it, but that's not what happened. And it shows up how she recants and retells stories, and it's often her being in the victim position. And it's also making me reflect back to when she had the conversation with Meredith's husband and how she lacked accountability. And it's kind of like, as a kid, what accountability do you take with what you did? Your parents told you to do something, you chose not to listen, but then they're the ones that abandoned you. Yeah, it's just, that's just me, guys. Don't stick to your own beliefs and stuff. I'm just telling you how I was watching the show. If I have 6 kids and tell y'all to get in the car, I'm gonna trust that you getting in that damn, because they did have 6 kids, didn't it? And she said her parents was really young, and then I think she said what, she was in college, another one was going to college, or two of them was going to college. Then they had like what, 3 other kids that was in school, or in grade school or something. So yeah, they probably was over the hell whammed. Like, oh wow. I was thinking maybe they were hiding, trying to scare her. Child, I don't know. I forgot about the 6 kids though. Ain't no telling what it was at. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. I just had to highlight that because I said, Lisa, baby, you're not making sense right now. So Meredith opens up about what triggered her. Okay, when she was laying on the floor on her back, tearing up, crying, she was just like, I just kept thinking about everything that was happening to me last year, losing one of my parents, and just going through a lot. Okay, and then out of nowhere, Lisa says, well, I'm sorry. I always thought that I was a safe space for you, and I'm really sorry that I wasn't that space for you this time. And then Meredith said, but you was never a safe space. Like, girl, you're not no safe space. Like, girl, get out my mother face. Like, girl, don't even talk to me. And Lisa said, oh, well, I'm sorry. I take it back. No, never mind. Don't worry about it. She gets up and she walked off. Okay. I be wanting to feel bad for Lisa, but I can't. I can't, girl. I can't. She go inside. Heather messy ass follows behind her like some. Oh, I'm gonna go check on Lisa. Let me go check on Lisa. Make sure she's okay. Let me go check. Nah, girl, you was being messy. You wanted to make sure she brought her ass back outside so you can continue to watch this shit unravel. That's what that was. And so Lisa said, "Girl, I just needed a break, honey. I was gonna get right back. I was gonna get right. I just needed a little break. Girl, I'm coming back outside." So they ended up going to dinner. They're sitting down, and then the ladies pretty much continue the conversation, right, about things they want to release and just having a conversation. And that's when Jen says she wants to release the fear of going to trial. Girl, that's a big ass fear. Like, that's some heavy weight to release, going to trial, because you just don't know which way it's gonna turn. And I do think I truly understand her when she said you sit up there and you hear what people saying, and you sit up there, you hear what they saying, and you can't combat them. You can't say, no, that's not how that went. No, that's not what happened. No, that's not da da da. And I remember I sat in court one time, and I was listening. Y'all, if y'all ever, y'all probably won't want to, but girl, I be liking stuff like that. Like, girl, if you ever just sit in court and just listen to what these people be saying, it'd be so funny. Like, one time, this DA was talking about, so it was his husband and his wife. And the husband wasn't in the home. No, the wife got put out the home. Or was it the husband? basically they were living together. They got into it. They had to separate, right? So the wife and the husband got into it, I guess, upstairs. And as he turned to walk down the stairs, the wife took a razor blade or something. And she sliced his back. But when you listen to the DA tell the story, they say that she stabbed him in the back. And I'm over here just listening. But when her attorney starts talking, because the judge was like, "Well, what was putting in his back? Like, what was put in the back, or what? Like, what did she use to stab him with?" And her attorney said it was a razor blade, Your Honor. Like, if you listen to the way they explain the story, of course they're going to make it sound more damning than what it is. But Your Honor, it was just a razor blade. They just had a misunderstanding, and they got into it, and it was just a razor blade. And I see why y'all done got up there and then said this like this. I'm thinking the lady that went and got a butcher knife and stabbed the man in the back. You know what I'm saying? The lady that went and got a, not granted, neither one of them is right, understand, but she got a razor blade and she sliced them. And he's sitting in the back of the courtroom because the lady came to court because she was trying to get the judge to lift her she was trying to get him to lift, like, basically they couldn't see each other. So the woman works and she needs help with the kid or something like that. So she needs the help from the dad. And the judge was like, well, y'all not supposed to have no communication. And she was like, well, can he come over some days just to watch the kid because I'm a hairdresser and I work late hours or whatever. So the husband was there to speak on the behalf of the wife and to kind of like have her back a little bit and be able to be there for his kid or whatever, because the place he was living in, because the judge was like, why the kid can't go over there? And she was like, well, he lives. It was weird because I'm like, it sounded like he lived at a funeral home or something like that. And I'm like, man, what you doing over there, girl? What kind of my girl story is this? Okay. So whatever fluid or embalming fluid, whatever can get on the ground, she felt like it was too dangerous for her child or something. So that's what she wanted. But moral of the story is, it was just interesting when I think about Jen, Shah, and her being afraid of going to trial, is when you sit up there, you hear the DAs or whoever's speaking on the situation, because they have to create a story for the jurors and for the judge. It sucks for the other person that's trying to defend themselves, because you can't really stand up and speak on what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Or they gonna overhype the situation, but it's up to your attorneys to defend you and break down their stories in the best way possible. So I'm just like, damn, I kind of feel bad for you, because that could be not what it was and not how it happened, but it's gonna be on your attorneys to, like, relay that information accurately and break it down properly. So I kind of felt her on that, like, dang, girl, because I literally saw a situation like this. Like, girl, now why y'all gonna lie on that lady? And when you have like domestic situations, I don't know anywhere else. I think in Alabama and in Georgia, the state take over the case. So it's really hard to get them charges dropped up off a person, because when the DA is on it, their whole goal is to get you behind bars in some capacity or get you indebted to the state in some way. But either way, Miss Jen, girl, good luck. Let's keep going. Um, what else happened? Where am I? So yeah, okay, yeah, they met with the shaman or whatever. They had dinner. Jen wants to release the fear of the trial, of going to trial. Whitney starts crying because she blocked out parts of her childhood, and she was about to open up about being, abused or whatnot as a kid. But hopefully, we'll get more details about it as the episode comes. That's even more reason Jen shouldn't be on this show. They're going to be looking at this mess that she's doing, and and it's going to turn out, and it's not going to turn out well. Gotcha. That fear's so big that I don't see how Jen is on this show. Does she think the judge isn't going to look at this show? Right, I don't know. Lisa crying and feelings hurt. Nope. She making that a moment for sympathy and forgiveness. Lisa is definitely not a safe friend. I believe this. I agree. Oh, I have absolutely sat in on court cases. They be so messy and comical, don't it? Oh, they be so messy and comical. I've watched some like court cases too on YouTube as well. They be entertaining at times. Like, girl, they be a mess. Like, y'all just sitting there good. Will be a lot going on. Yeah, Lisa lies a lot. There's holes in her story. So what happened after she reunited with her parents? What did they say to her? Right. Did we didn't get there? We didn't even get what she did when she came off the slide. Did you actually go look for them? Or what happened? You know what I'm saying? Girl, when Jen said I'm channeling my innocence, I hollered. girl, she trying to bring that innocence to the forefront only for her to plead guilty. So I still don't know what the results are going to be on her taking that guilty charge, because y'all know Cardi B had pled guilty to the attack in that club, and Miss Girl only left with 15 days community service. So I'm like, Jen, what kind of attorneys did you pay for, and what kind of deal did they get you for you to plead guilty? Because she wasn't going to plead guilty. Now she pleading guilty, so they must have put a pretty good deal on the table, and I'm wondering if that's going to involve her going to jail, or if she's willing to pay the fine so that she don't ever have to step foot in jail ever. You feel what I'm saying? So we're going to see how that plays out. But that's all that I got for you guys. I thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be sure to like the video, all that great jazz. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, honey. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.